Welcome to the live webinar, Three Critical Campaigns Every Small Business Needs. My name is Jack Smith, and I'm a small business growth expert here at Keap. I've been here for 7.5, almost 8 years, working with small businesses, personally working with small businesses, helping them grow, and especially helping them take advantage of all of the tools that are available in our Keap applications. We have a number of different user interfaces, and each one of them essentially built for businesses that are in a different stage of their growth mode, and lots of opportunity there. So before we get started, or as we get started, let's open up the chat, and it'll be in a toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And we're going to use the chat for Q&A and just to be interactive. And I like to run, if this is your first time with us for a webinar, welcome, thank you. And I like to run essentially the chat throughout the whole webinar, and I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll just use it to be interactive if you have questions or comments or suggestions, because a lot of times I'll be talking about how we're sourcing certain things or how to get certain things done. And there are a ton of great ideas that come from you, the attendee. And I know I have customers here for Keap that are using one of our Keap applications or one of the user interfaces. And I know I have prospective customers, people who are checking us out and considering Keap as a solution for like CRM and sales and marketing automation and all of those really cool growth tools. So we've got a wealth of knowledge both in Keap users and potential Keap users. So we want all of that feedback. So open up the chat, and down at the bottom, change it to everyone, like where you type in your message, make that go to everyone so we all see the conversation. And we will roll from there. And if you're just rolling in, open that chat up and let me know where you are logging in from. And I love to see where people are dispersed all over the world, because we do get like plenty of people in the continental US, but we also get plenty of people outside. Look at that, loading up. Alaska, California, Canada, some of my Canadians, Mexico, North Carolina, Three Rivers, California, Charlottesville, Virginia, Lakeland, Florida, New Zealand. Welcome, Mandy. Excellent. Athens, Greece. There you go. That's that dispersion I was talking about. Ohio, Windsor, UK. Perfect. Delaware. Awesome. Peru, Egypt. Holy cow. Okay. So yeah, we've got a long reach today. That is fantastic. I saw Guadalajara, Mexico, and Saskatoon. Perfect. And Phoenix. And hey, that's the Valley. I live in Gilbert, which is a suburb of Phoenix. So I'm really close there, actually really close to our home base, which is in Chandler, the Big Easy, Colorado Springs, Orange County, Atlanta. Perfect. Fantastic. Los Angeles, Florida. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much, especially everybody that had to battle time zones to get in here. I really appreciate your sacrifice, and I will do my absolute best to give you value. And I really appreciate it. Alberta, Dennis, welcome. All right. So I really like this because honestly, there are some things that every business can benefit from. And if somebody said, hey, what are the 3 things that you would automate for a small business, like what would those be? And these would, honestly, I have a top 5, but these would be my top 3 of that top 5. And so we will get going. And again, I see there's still like some people trickling in. If you are just getting here, welcome. My name is Jack Smithson, small business growth expert here at Keap, and we are covering 3 critical campaigns every business needs. And we're opening up the chat, and change that down to the 2 where you write your message to everyone, and that's where we're doing Q&A. And I keep an eye on this. This is on my side screen, and so if I see that twitch, I know there's a question, and I will quite literally cover your questions as I go along. And I'll be like bringing in screens, and I do. It's pretty active, and I will ask for your input, because honestly, that's what makes this kind of fun. Is it becomes not just death by PowerPoint, but it becomes a conversation, which is a lot of fun. All right, so let's get rolling. The first thing is, hey, let's talk about a campaign. Like, and you hear this a lot, and some people are relatively brand new to an automation space or even an email marketing campaign space. And so when you talk about a campaign, it can conjure a lot of different images. So I want to get on the same page as we talk about these campaigns is, hey, what we're talking about. And honestly, what I am referring to when I talk about campaigns is essentially a system of communications. And that might be all emails. It might be emails and calls and text messages. And these things can all be automated. Like you can have emails go out, you can have text messages go out, you can have tasks pop up to tell you to make a phone call. So it's essentially a systematized array of communications that are driving people towards a specific goal, right? And that goal, of course, for your business is going to be purchase and becoming interactive. Of course, it starts with like, hey, I want to get somebody interested, so I need leads, and then I want to get them from interest to, interaction in my sales process or in that conversation, and then I want them to purchase. And then honestly, then I want them to purchase again and again and again, because it is so much cheaper to sell to customers that we've already sold to. It's just way, way, way more cost effective. And that's an area and most businesses can get better at. And gosh darn it, that's a rabbit hole that we could go down, but we're not going to go down. But I grabbed this from my favorite place, which is Google Chrome. And here's the definition: an organized course of action to achieve a goal. That is the easiest, right? And in the last slide, I had the picture of, it was like a military, right? A military campaign. And that's not really far, like number two, it's not really far from the truth force, right? A series of military operations intended to achieve. So if we say, hey, a series of marketing operations intended to achieve a particular objective, confined to a particular area or involving a specific type of fighting. Well, it's not fighting, it's contacting. So we don't have to like go violent with this one, but it's a really good definition. Like, hey, it's specific, it's got a specific goal and we're working in a specific area, and it's an operation with a whole bunch of like achievable objectives to meet this one big goal. So I really dig number two. We just have to demilitarize it and make it more or less business processes or marketing processes, and then we're golden. So let's talk. I'm just not gonna mince around. I don't have a whole lot of slides for this. Like if I scroll down, I've got like 18 slides total, which is really light for a full hour, because I'm going to go into examples and I want to show you what I'm talking about in most of these cases. So the first thing is a lead magnet / lead capture. Now, I want you to sound off for me in the chat if you're currently using a lead magnet to capture leads. And like hit me up and to have like a yes or a no, yay or nay, or a thumbs up, thumbs down if you just want to use icons. So I've got a whole lot of yups. I've got some nopes. Okay, yups. And working on it now. Okay, cool. And that was Tony. And yes, just starting. Perfect. And not yet. Okay, cool. Because we're gonna cover this. And yes, nope. So about half and half. Learning, working on it. Yes, perfect. Not yet, and that's okay. Janice, we're going to get you there. And Dave's got the thumbs up. Perfect. And Dave, I recognize your name. Actually, I recognize your last name, and you have been in these before, and I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you being interactive. All right, so let's just talk about the lead magnet. And this is, oh my gosh, this is so important. If you're a small business, you want to you want to essentially like sweeten the deal for anybody that is interested. Yes. Oh, here's a comment. Yes, we want to switch to, it's too expensive, the one I'm using. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay. So here we go. And I've got this. I actually use this as an example for I did a webinar maybe a month or two ago about building your sales funnel. And the sales funnel always starts with a lead magnet. And I literally just went browsing and looking for lead magnets, and I found this one, the Female Training Bible. And I grabbed like just a little bit of their copy for the Female Training Bible. And this is a great lead magnet. They've essentially just composed a whole bunch of information and put it together on a PDF, and you sign up for it. And then by doing that, number one, you're joining that email list, and they can sell products and services to you. Also, they're sending you that Female Training Bible. So if you're interested in that, you get it, and then you consume it, and and then it has built credibility. And it shows that you're a subject matter expert. They got really valuable stuff, and it sets them up to purchase from you your products or services. It essentially like sets you up as, hey, they offered this. This is great stuff. They're pros. They can help me meet my goals. And that is literally the whole idea of a lead magnet. And the lead magnet is, in a lot of cases, it's either like super discounted or it's free. And on the right hand side, I have the list of the of lead magnets, and they're like the free consultation, the free trial. And we use free trial. We have a 14-day free trial. We use it all the time because we feel like, hey, if you can put your hands on it, that's going to help you like convert to a customer, because we figure you're going to try it and you're going to like it. And we're software as a service. And so, of course, free trial doesn't work for every business, but free services do. The free sample, a free report, a free checklist. Oh my gosh, checklists are so successful. People love checklists, especially really A-type people. Like my wife is like Miss Checklist. She's really organized. And I don't know, you can't really see her around my office. I'm not that organized. I don't make checklists, but people really do respond to checklists. They will fill that little form out and get your checklist. And that's a great way to springboard their interest into interactivity in your sales process. So the free infographic, there is free software out there or free applications to create infographics. And you can do that based on your industry or whatever your product or service is. A free video or even a free video course. Like we do this. This is one of the ones we use. We just did one for text marketing, and it was a free mini course. And there's 3 videos, like 1, 2, 3, like 3 different ways to use the text marketing tools that are available in the Keap user interface. And it works really great. And people just sign up, and there's like 1, 2, 3. You put it all on one page, and they can just access those videos, and boom, boom, boom. And now they're ready to interact further. Or the free course. And you can do this either by video, or free course could be, honestly, you could turn a PowerPoint just like this into a free course. And all you really have to do is go through and fill out the notes. Like here we go. Let's check this out. So here we go. Like this stuff right down here are notes. If you go in and create presentation notes, so you take your PowerPoint, put in like all what you would say while you were talking about this slide, and then you can like literally print this and make it a PDF. And now, honestly, and now it's a course. It's great. And it's a great lead magnet. So you could take something like this and make it a lead magnet, and people would sign up for that. And honestly, we're just asking for a trade. We want a name and an email, and you get our free cool thing. And the other thing is that it's got to be valuable. So it needs to be something valuable that has to do with your customer and most likely with your products or services. Hey, we've got a chance, and I don't, like I said, I don't have a ton of stuff here, but if you are using a lead magnet, put that in the chat, because I find that so incredibly helpful for my small business owners, small business operators that are looking for ideas. They're like, I'm not using lead magnet. If you throw yours in there, you can spark those ideas for the people that aren't. I'm trying with a quiz. Oh, I love that. Quizzes work. Also, most recently, like a challenge, like a 10-day challenge or 5-day challenge or something like that. People sign up for those. Also, those really work. Who else? Who else has a lead magnet that they'll share in the chat? Like type in the chat, roadmap, awesome. And that's like a how-to, like to get from, is it like literally roadmap or like a how-to from here to there? Stories, got it. I teach people to read hands. Okay, so I give 6 free hand readings. Cool, like very cool. I had success with ebooks, an empty former job, but I have no downloads right now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, ebooks, articles, like literally anything. You can turn a big blog article into that ebook, and that works for you. So if you have a blog, like grab the ones that are getting the most views and turn those into turn into a PDF and make it a lead magnet. Free consultation with a value incentive. I love it. And that works really well. Another free consultation. Perfect. Free PDF and free live with Billionaire Queen. Love it. Love it. Very good. Okay, cool. And stories. I like that. And Dottie, I see it as it scrolls up there. I didn't miss it. Stories are fantastic. And people like stay tuned for stories. People will stay engaged for stories. So stories work. And I appreciate that. Can you say more about Blue incentive? There we go. Yeah, I'm assuming that incentive was like a discount or a gift or like a little bit extra work, like for the same amount, right? You're just adding value to that purchase. Here we go. We do knowledge drop on Instagram with live videos, stories. Very cool. Value. Okay, cool. Excellent. Free consultation, money off one of our reviews for booking at the consultation. Cool. Free webinars, and we are developing more right now. Very good. Yeah, cool. And it sounds like some of you have multiples, and you should. Value incentive. Okay. And like value incentives would be like right now we have a preferential pricing that we're doing. And so here, let me grab my website really quick and I'll just show you an example, keap.com. So what we're doing, here we go. Right here is normally it's 30% off your first 3 months. And then I know like really quick here, we're actually going to do like first month, like as we get closer to Black Friday, I think we're doing like this discount, but first month free, which is does really well for us every year because, hey, it's all about savings when it comes down to a purchase like this. And so people want to get started for the least amount of outlay. So that type of value, or for us, like adding extra contacts or extra like user licenses or things of that nature. Those would be good lead magnets. Like, hey, you can get started, you can have this thing. 3-day challenge or cellular health analysis or checklist. I like it. Links to free excerpts from the book I published. Perfect. Hey, I like that. That's great. Especially if you're like selling that book, that's fantastic. Perfect. Or if the book is selling your products or services, because books are great lead magnets as well. They work really well because if they pick up your book, then they are now looking seriously at your products or services. So that's like books are really like high value lead magnets. They work really well. They're great marketing tools. Ebooks, quizzes, awesome. Endurance sports. Dave says, I'm an endurance sports coach and physiologist. So I offer a free consultation where I deep dive into their training history and data to provide a physiological profile. I like that a lot. I actually went to it was like a chiropractic office, but they had a whole bunch of services, including training and sports physiology. And I had I want to say it's like 6 or 7 years ago, I had a spine fusion in like C5, C6. So it's like, I got a little scar right there. And they went in and they dug out my my disc that was busted and put a plastic one in and then put a titanium plate on it. And it was all really horrible. But afterwards, I had like complete lack of mobility, like, going, I still am like a little bit immobile going from one side to the other. And I had like tons of weakness in this. It was a sports injury. I was doing CrossFit and I overdid it and just like busted up my spine. I had to get surgery. But the free consultations, the in-depth, like, hey, here's what's going on with you. And here's how I'm going to help you fix it, or here's what you should do to fix it. And hey, by the way, we do this really cool thing for you specifically. That's awesome because it literally worked for me. So I'm a big fan. We did pay for LinkedIn ads, direct traffic to our landing page, for case studies. Oh yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned case studies. I love case studies. They're such great sales tools because if you're offering like a service, like if you have a service, and most of our clients are service providers, not just necessarily like products, but services, then having stories or case studies like, hey, here's how this person used our products or services and benefit and, created benefit for themselves. And here's how we benefited this person. Here's how we helped this business. Oh man, because people can go and they can find the similarity between themselves and your clients. And that helps them want to purchase. So that's such a great idea. I love it. Profile optimizer checklist, an easy to follow checklist to take your LinkedIn profile to the next. Oh, I love it. Rick, good one. Perfect. So it's like, hey, here's a really great checklist and this helps you go further. Okay, perfect. So we got a good idea about the lead magnet. It is essentially something that provides value that people would be willing to trade their like name and email for. And that's really all there is to it. It's like this little valuable thing and you're going to give it away. And that little gift can create tons and tons of momentum and help you, number one, build your email marketing list. And it does just great things for your brand. And of course, when people land on your email marketing list, hey, now you can market to them. And now you stand a much better chance of getting that business. There we go. Okay, so I don't want to hang out here too terribly long, but here's an example. Here's a question. Do you offer lead magnets or examples so we can create one? I have articles in, and I know I've got a published webinar. Tennis, I'm going to grab a link. Like at the end, I will literally grab a link and put it in. And even if you can't stay for the whole thing, I will have an email, follow-up email go out with a link to this replay. And then you can go and grab it there. But I will actually have a resource for you for that. But we do have a landing page builder that I'll show you what I'm talking about, so you can create a landing page that is dedicated to your lead magnet, and then you can drive traffic to that landing page, and then people can fill that out. And essentially, that's what I'm showing here. It's like, hey, here's a lead magnet, and this is an example of, I think, I want to say it's like Facebook. Maybe it's a Facebook ad. Maybe it is an Instagram. I can't remember. I think it's Facebook. But this is a lead magnet. Hey, get the ultimate guide to sales enablement. And it says, hey, click or download ebook. So you click here, and then you go over to that the sign up or the landing page. And here's the information that they're asking for. It's like, hey, fill in this stuff and then hit download now. Now, it doesn't necessarily download now. What it does is it triggers an email to deliver it. And I will, it actually looks more or less like this. So this one is just kind of a funny example. My design guys made this for me because I was, doing this picture and they put the rooster, right? It cracks me up every time I see it. But here's an example, like, hey, 25 things you should automate in your small business. Great concept. And I'm asking for, hey, just, first, last, email, maybe phone number, or your website, something to that effect. I mean, you don't need all of this stuff, really just what you need to market, right? And then it kicks off a process or a series like this. And this is delivery of those assets. So we're delivering the email, and it requires them to click because we deliver an email and said, hey, click here to download. And they click and download. Awesome. Now, if they don't, you see I have a series of emails that are set up on a contingency plan. So if they don't click to download in the first one, then I've got a timer that waits 1 day and then sends out try number 2. Hey, don't miss out on your ebook. Don't miss out on this awesome thing because you signed up for it. Okay, who's done that? I have done that. I have signed up for the lead magnet and then forgot to download it. And then I end up missing out. And then I remember, like, oh man, what happened with that? And then I have to go back into my email. So you're actually doing them a favor and you're doing you a favor, because if they don't download that ebook or that checklist or whatever that is, they don't download that thing or take advantage of that thing, then that's the end of your sales process. Then we didn't actually help them with their interest. We didn't move them forward. So we really need them in this case to download. And if they do, cool, then this whole process will actually stop, because this thing down here in the bottom left, this is we call that a mid-campaign goal. And it is everything that happens in here is contingent upon this. So we can actually choose the link in each one of those emails that we want them to click. We want them to click to download. And then when they do, it like, boom, it tells this thing to stop this whole process. So if they downloaded an email number 1, they won't get number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. They won't get those at all. They just move on to the next process. But if they don't download an email 1, they'll get 2. And if they don't download an email 2, they'll get number 3. Until they like click or they go through this whole series. And then at the end of that, we might put them into a nurture series or something else to keep nurturing them, because we know they're interested. They just, for whatever reason, didn't download the stuff. Does Keap have templates with the workflow set up? Actually, I am really glad you asked that. So here is number 1, a couple of resources. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. So this is, boom. Let me back up and I will show you this. This is literally the campaign builder, and the Keap Pro, Keap Max, and Keap Max Classic have a campaign builder like this, where you are able to build. So, or it's like a drag and drop builder. So here's let me go down here. I think this is, there we go. Here's my lead magnet. So when I say drag and drop, I'm like, here's my landing page builder, and I can just pull that out, and then I can connect it, and then I can double click here to build my landing page. Now, as far as templates go, I'm going to pull this over really quick. This is my help center. This is help.keap.com, and I'm going to throw this in right there. And then, oh, actually, there we go. Let's go down here. So play blueprints down here in the bottom left-hand corner. And now we have blueprints for your 3 different stages of business. One will be collect leads, convert clients, and then create fans. So for our lead magnet, I think it would be under here, collect leads. So here's the lead magnet download. And let me click this. So there's a short video that explains it. Yeah, that's my boy, Ryan Carrillo. He's on my team. And here's a snapshot of the play. And then here's the quick start guide. Cool stuff. And then the automation. So you can download this into your application. Perfect. Okay, so let me grab this. And that way you can download a template of what we're talking about here into your campaign builder. And all of these are free. These are all available for essentially downloading this stuff, these blueprints into your campaign builder, and it gives you a leg up on creating these things. Here's a comment. Your lead magnet should have the name of your company in the file name. 25 things, automate small business, Bricktop. Yep, that's a great point. Because that way they can look at they find your name there. Oh, such a great tip. Thank you so much. Because it goes into the download folder, and that's a graveyard. It's true. That is a really great tip. Perfect. Thank you. Is this recorded? Yes, this is. So I will have a follow-up email go out tomorrow, and it'll have a link for the recording, so you can click and watch. Here we go. And then there is that blueprint. And if I go back to the play blueprints. And I know this is a little bit on the lackluster side, but still it is valuable. And there we go. I'm going to put that in there, and you can get into these blueprints for collecting leads, converting clients, and creating fans. And I'm literally going to cover stuff from all three of those as we go through. Here we go. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Oh, like I said, so here's that process built out. So somebody fills out your landing page, and I'm going to actually just click here, and let's select landing page. Let's do new landing page. There we go. And then, okay, let's create a brand new landing page, because I want to see the templates that it brings up. So you can come in here to the template gallery, and there's like a whole lot of examples like gym promos or lead magnets, and they have some templates here that you can use. And you can literally grab from there's just tons and tons and tons of templates, and they're all editable. And I've got like literally, I can search by industry, business services. There we go. So I can grab the template that I want. It's just like trying to populate these because my computer's slow. I've got too much going on. Or anything that I build and save will go in my template gallery, anything that I've published. And so I can literally grab those, start from scratch. And I just feel bad that my computer is just so darn slow. Here we go. Let me bounce out of here. There's my landing pages. Sweet. Here we go. Can I open one up that actually has something built? Here we go. Okay, cool. So here's an example, and all this stuff is editable, so I can build my landing page and then have like, hey, like my link, like click here. And this would be like using it as, add to cart. So it can go to a purchase page, or you might have a click to download right here, or yeah, exactly that. And, or have the form where they would fill out a form. I can pull in a form from my blocks. Here we go. And here we go, or content. There we go. Here's a form. So if I wanted to bring in a form, I can drop my form. I can add different, like I add a headline to it. I can add the fields that I want to it. I'm just like being quick about it and just throwing stuff around. Let me close that up. There we go. So boom, boom. Now, when they fill that out, oh, and I give it a link. I give it a subdomain, or I can use the hosted version. So it will provide a link. And then you're driving traffic to that landing page. And when somebody fills that out, boom, here we go. I'm going to open this up. And this is literally, I just built it like this. I pulled the sequence out and connected it. Here we go. And I'll show you what I've got here. And here's my delivery sequence. And if I want more emails in there as a contingency plan, I can do that, which is very cool. And I'm literally, this is a contingency plan. And like I said, if they don't download here, then they'll get the next one and so on. And you can see that I'm using a link click goal, like right here. And so if they click to download, this process stops, and then they start the next process. And the next process is like, it's a nurture process. It's the next part of your sales process. And it's like, hey, let's now you've downloaded our lead magnet. Here's my special offer. Here's my introductory product. Here is my introductory service, or let's have that free consultation, or whatever that is, whatever the next thing is. That's what we're doing here. And that's more email marketing. And it might be emails. It might be sending texts, because you can send like text messages. Oh, I guess that should come like down here, as far as like sequences go. Or you could have, if you want to make phone calls, let me just jump out of there. Then it might be a task pops up for you to make a phone call, and that task gets assigned to you. So it could be emails, text messages, phone calls, whatever that takes to do that, that nurture. And you can build all this. This is like, we're talking about automation, right? So now you've got your lead magnet, and it automates the process of getting people signed up, delivering that lead magnet, and then moving them into a sales process. And it literally happens all the time, while you're awake, while you're asleep, while you're eating, while you are servicing other clients. It happens in the background and it moves and works perfectly. So that's why it's just one of those things that is super, super, super important. And we've talked about lead magnets a lot, but really you've got to have lead capture also. And so I've got a form builder, so I can essentially build a web form, put it on my website. And that way, when people fill out that form, it creates the contact inside the Keap application. I want to open up a brand new window here. So when they fill out the form, it creates the contact record, and I will grab a contact. Here we go. And so it just populates the contact like boom, automatically. And then it can start them in a nurture process. So they say, hey, I'm signed up, whatever that is, that signed up because I want a phone call or I want a quote, or I'm signing up for your newsletter. Sweet. So the first thing that we do is we send them a thank you. Thank you so much for signing up for that newsletter. And here's a discount, or here's things you might be interested in, or here's, whatever that offer is, you automate it. So they hit your database and then the communications are automated. Maybe you want a task so they get a welcome email, and then, or they get a text message, a welcome text, and then you get a task to give them a call. If that's part of what you do, you might get a task, say, hey, this person requested a quote, give them a call, give them a quote. And that information will be on that they filled out to get that quote is on their contact record. So easy peasy. Here we go. Here's a question. When will we get the recording? I need to rewatch it. Absolutely. I will have a follow-up email go out tomorrow, and it'll have a link to the recording. So you can absolutely take advantage of that. Here was a comment. Wouldn't it work to send a series of nurture emails before you ask for an appointment, or the appointment is more straightforward and effective practice? Honestly, it is based on your sales process, and whatever process you have found to that helps close deals. So I'm theoretically talking about going from lead magnet delivery to a special offer. And that lead magnet, if let's say, in my case, it's 25 things you should automate, then maybe we have a free consultation. Hey, let's have a free consultation, and I want to do a free business assessment, free marketing assessment, and let's see. Here we go. Keap.com. Let me go back to, here we go. And we actually have how about if I spell correctly? I am not typing well because my hand was stung by a scorpion earlier this week. Actually, the weekend I was working on doing a brick patio around my mother's pool, and I reached around one of those. We have 12 by 12 bricks are about an inch thick, and I reached and I grabbed one that was kind of propped up, and that scorpion got me. And this finger has been just super numb and almost unusable forever. Here we go. So here's a free 7-minute, here's a free assessment. Start my free assessment. Here's another idea of a lead magnet. So you might be, hey, click here and do this free assessment. And then you follow up on that free assessment. So it's really just based on what process you've set up. But hey, if people have looked at your lead magnet and they're interested in your products or services, that free consultation, the free phone call, that free assessment, the physiological assessment, that's a high value conversation that you're offering. And if they're interested in your products or services, they'll take advantage of that. I agree. It depends on your funnel. Konstantin says, but you could also create an A/B test. Yeah. Where you funnel some into a nurture first and others straight into inviting. I love that. So you could actually just A/B test and see which one does better and then move over to that. Norman says, same, but not because of scorpion. Yeah, I get it. I don't type well on a good day. But there we go. I'm just showing you examples of this is our lifecycle marketing assessment. It actually tells you which blueprints are going to work best for you. Okay, so let me get some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm I'm taking way too long to cover this stuff. Okay, now the new lead nurture. this is actually a really important one. And a lot of times we do our best to follow up, but we don't do a great job. And so we're going to cover this one. Like, how good are we at following up? And I've just got some stats in here. 48% of salespeople never follow up. And that is because we close the hot prospects. Like we don't, we tend to look for that, like the easy stuff, the low-lying fruit. And that's the people that are following up with us, right? They're calling us, they're throwing money at us. They want our products or services. We don't have to sell them. They've sold themselves. They're ready to go. And so we close those deals and then we go, yeah, great. But the ones that need a little bit of work or need a little bit of time or need a few more conversations, those kind of fall through the cracks because we're not spending enough time nurturing them or having those nurture conversations. So literally 48% of salespeople never follow up. They're just like closing the hot leads. And I've seen this, and there's just a huge opportunity. So here we go. Percentage of salespeople who give up after the first call, 43%. They get a new lead. They make the first call. If that person doesn't answer, 43% just like, okay, it's a dead lead. It's not a dead lead. It just needs more follow-up, right? Okay, 68% of salespeople give up after the second call. So they make 2 calls, and then now like 2/3 of people have like quit, or salespeople, they don't call back. And then 80% of salespeople give up after the 3rd call. So pretty much like whoever is left here has made that 3rd call and then they're done. So most small businesses have a big opportunity when it comes to follow up and new lead nurture. And I went and asked the almighty Google. I said, hey, Google, how many contacts does it take to make a sales or to make a sale? And the answer, and of course, it brings up like blog articles. Here's one from Forbes. Forbes says, hey, on average sale requires 7 to 10 touches with the brand before a potential buyer converts into a customer. The other answer is, hey, the simple answer is more than most people think. According to our top performance in sales prospecting research, it takes an average of 8 touches to get an initial meeting or other conversion. So like 8 touches just to get them to convert to interest, maybe clicking the download or clicking to make that appointment or clicking whatever. And that's not even a sale. That's just your initial conversion. So it does take a lot more than we think, and it takes a lot more than we are giving it. So I've laid out an example here. It's like, hey, here comes the new lead, and we need to have a process. Now, some of you have a process that is like email heavy, so it may just be emails, and some of you have a process that requires calls, and you can automate both. So an example is right here. No, that's the new customer survey. Okay, new lead follow-up nurture. So I get a new lead, and here's an example. So they fill out the web form, and then I get this new lead, and here's the initial stuff that gets automated right here. They get a welcome email. I tag them that they're a new lead or a hot lead or a lead for a specific product or service. I tag them so they go on a list in my CRM, and then it gives me a task, gives me a call task. That goes in my task area. I get notified. And then I can also like create a deal card in my sales pipeline, right? I can do all kinds of really cool stuff there with that initial lead capture. And that's what this was. Now, let's look at the new lead follow-up. So let's say in this one, I make that phone call, but I don't get Jessica. I call her, she doesn't answer. So I make a, here we go, where's that contact? Perfect. So I leave a note on the contact record. There we go. And then let's say I add a tag, which would be added to like starting new lead nurture. So I just give her that tag, and then she starts that automation. So based on that tag, that new lead nurture tag, boom, I apply it, and then automatically she starts this nurture. And I'm going to double click here. And now, hey, here we go. Here's the nurture that kicks off. So it waits 1 day for tomorrow, and then it gives me a new task to give her a call. And it also sends her an email that says, hey, I'm reaching out to you. I've left you a message. Here's my name. Here's my information. Here's why I'm calling, because, hey, you filled out this web form and I'm trying to deliver on your ask. Here's the number I'm calling from. So if you see it, you recognize it. So, hey, add me to your directory so it doesn't look like a stranger is calling you. Like, there's some really good techniques here. And then if you don't get any action from that, which means they don't answer, just get an answer, then cool. Then the timer waits another day and does the same thing. So now I've got call task number 3 queued up. Give Jessica a call. This is third try. That's what the task says. Hey, third try for Jessica. She gets another email. Hey, we're reaching out, left you a message. This is the third call. You filled out our web form. We're trying to deliver for you. And then after that, I have this going to an email nurture. So it waits a day, and then it waits 2 days, and then waits 3 days, and so on. And I just have this email nurture built. And it could be like, these are just examples. It could be emails, it could be text messages, and it could be longer than this. But the idea is I'm automating the follow-up. So for me, the tasks show up in my task area. So if I go into my tasks, then they show up like, hey, here's my task for, these are my past due, but I would have tasks like due today, due tomorrow. I see this stuff as it's happening. I make those tasks and then, or I execute on those tasks, and then I add notes, and then I can trigger automation, and it just triggers the next thing. And the next stuff happens. Like I mark that task as complete, and then the automation just keeps working for me. And it can literally help you close more deals, because the more follow-up you do, the more likely you are to get that person as a customer, because they're just not getting enough follow-up. They're interested, they're just not interested right now. And that happens. Oh my gosh, it happens all the time. And some of you are probably groaning like, oh, it happens all the time. It does. They fill out the web form and you call them and they don't answer. And you're like, why in the world? Well, they wanted your information. They're interested. They're just not ready to have a sales conversation just yet. And so they're waiting. And when you start nurturing them, you get they get your emails, they get some really great information, some special offers, and you're driving towards that next goal, whether it's purchase or whether it's an appointment, make an appointment, book an appointment for that consultation or whatever that is, or getting a quote, like whatever the next thing is. They see you there and they know that you're there in their inbox, and you keep popping up and you're reminding them that, hey, that brand, that business is there to solve my problem when I'm ready. And that's what you're doing. You're saying, hey, I'm here. I'm going to solve your problem when you're ready. Take your time, but I'm here for when you're ready. And then when they are ready, they remember you're there. They go back and now they become your customer. They see your email. They're like, now I'm ready. Now I have budget for that. Now I'm closer to my paycheck. Now I've solved this problem, and now I'm ready to do that. Or probably a lot of times, hey, I tried to do it on my own, but I couldn't. Now I'm going to pay somebody to do it for me. And they take advantage of your product or service. So that's why that nurture is so important. And thank you, Tanis. And I will make sure that email that you get that replay link, and there's information in there for you. Okay, and let's go back, because I know I've got like a couple more, at least one more, right? Here we go. So the last one is new customer reviews. Oh my gosh. Customer reviews are so powerful. And I'm going to just pull this out as an example. Who shops at Amazon, right? I do. And pretty much the entire world does. Now, I go to Amazon and I look up the product that I'm interested in. It gives me a whole bunch of different products. And how do I know which one is the best? It is this thing right here. This tells me which product is the best. I look at the reviews like, hey, 4.6 out of 5 stars. And 21,000 reviews, man, this must be a great product. And so I'm going to go where I know the reviews are, and it's down here. There we go. And I can read like the 5-star reviews, or I can read what people have to say. And this is important because this is how we purchase now. So if you can collect reviews, it is that much more powerful for you as a sales force, right? You want to show people positive reviews, just like the lead magnet we talked about, which was case studies, same type of thing. A case study is a review. It's a testimonial. It is going to help you sell. Here's some great stats. A purchase likelihood for a product with 5 reviews is 270% greater than a purchase likelihood of no reviews. So the reviews are powerful, they're valuable, and you need to gather them. When reviews were displayed for a lower price product, the conversion rate increased 190%. However, for a higher price product, the conversion rate increased 380%. So if you have higher priced products or services, like your premium, your core product, then having reviews that say it's awesome increases the likelihood of purchase by 380%, because it is a big ticket and they want to see that it's working for somebody. They want to see what people have to say about it. So getting reviews from your happy customers does exactly this. And who couldn't benefit from the 190% increase or 380% increase in conversion? I'm saying like everybody in here could benefit that way. So if you're not using reviews on your website, if you're not using them on your landing pages or in your emails, then you need to start doing it. And I've got this, there's a great example from Ziva, and they do meditation. And here's here's their review page, here's their testimonial page, and it just goes on and on, all these notable, happy people, and even like not notable, but good pictures, and they're happy and they have great things to say. And they're just represented so incredibly well here. So if I was on the fence, hey, now I'm going to do this. Like this is here, I'm going to grab this and just share it with you, because this is just a great example of testimonials that you can put on your website. You just create a page for your testimonials and people can go there, and they will, because they want to know, what do other people think of these products and services? There we go. And yes, here's the replay will get sent out tomorrow. There we go. Good question. Verified buyers are more likely to give 4 or 5-star ratings than anonymous reviewers. So we want to figure out who our happy customers are and drive them towards writing us a review. And that's what this is all about. Hey, a verified buyer, someone that you know bought and you know is happy, will write you a better review. That's like, I know it seems like common sense, but instead of like, leaving it up to the gods that people may find your review site or wherever you take reviews and write you one, that's hope, and hope is not a strategy. So we want to get in front of and ask our happy customers for those reviews. There we go. And it looks like this. And let me pull over my the automation sequence and I'll walk you through it really quick. And there's a blueprint for this. There's a blueprint for New Lead Nurture. There's a blueprint for the landing page. There's also a blueprint for this new customer. There's new customer survey and new customer review request. Both of those, they're 2 different blueprints, but they're covered. So here we go. We take a new customer that has the work is complete, and we tag them that the work is complete. Or if we're using the sales pipeline, we put them in the stage that says, hey, work complete and paid. And then it triggers this series of emails. And this series of emails is literally asking for a review. Number 1, hey, thank you so much for doing business with us. Will you click here and tell us how we did? Right. Hey, we got a really quick 2-question review or 2-question survey. Please tell us how we did. And you're offering them the opportunity. Of course, if they click in email number 1, they won't get 2 or 3 or 4. This just will send them reminders as far out as we want to send reminders, but it is contingent upon them clicking and filling out that survey. Right. So if they do it in email 1, they don't get number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. Right. This is a contingency plan. Right. We're not just barraging them with a whole bunch of emails after they have given this a review. So we want them to click to the survey. And here's the cool thing. You can build a simple survey with our web form builder, and you want 2 questions. Number 1, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did we do? And number 2 is like a text area that says, tell us how we did, or tell us more about your answer to number 1. Right. So simple survey, 2 questions, scale of 1 to 10. And then the second question, a text box that says, tell us more about your answer to number 1. And they will. And these, of course, these fields go on to, they populate the contact record so that it's there and you can go and find it. And we're going to use that to sort. So if people give us, let's say, anybody who gave us an 8, 9, or 10, they're going to go into a brand new process, right? I'm setting up a logic right here. They start a new process. that is like asking them for a review. And then you give them a link to go to wherever you collect reviews. And if you don't have a place, if you're a local service provider, I recommend setting up Google My Business, because that's how people find you on Google Maps, and it's free and you can collect reviews there. It's like, it's really good for your SEO. It's great for your search algorithm. So set that up if you haven't, and that is Google My Business. Otherwise, if you're using like Trustpilot or Yelp or wherever, give them a link to your profile for whatever you're using so they can click and go and write you that review. And of course, if they, and if you don't have a place, then create a web form, like, with a text box that says, hey, like, write us your review. You've got, X amount of characters, like, how did we help you? Something to that effect. And then you get to use that review just like this. You get to use that review on your website, in your marketing. You reach out. It's like Monique wrote you a great review. You reach out to Monique. Hey, Monique, can I use this in my marketing? Awesome. Can you send me a picture? I would love to highlight you in my marketing. I'd love to highlight you on my website. I'd love to, highlight your experience. And Monique says, yeah, that'd be great. And now you start collecting these, and you can use them on your website, in your marketing, and it helps close deals. So we've actually done two things. We've, the survey. Now let's say everybody who didn't give you an 8, 9, 10, we take the bottom end. If they gave you anything like 5 and below, we want to reach out to them. So it automatically creates a task to follow up to fix that relationship. Because if they gave us a 5, we need to talk to them and say, hey, where do we fall down? How do we fix it? So if they gave you like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever, then it creates a task for a customer service call and assigns that to you or somebody in the business that does that follow-up. Say, hey, we got your survey. We care. How can we fix it? And now this has done 2 things for your processes. It has sorted out your happy customers and asked them for reviews, which we've already covered is super, super valuable. And then it's shown you who isn't happy, so you can go fix that relationship, and then create raving fans out of these people. And they'll tell their friends, like, hey, initially it wasn't that great, but then they saw my survey, they called me up, they fixed that relationship, and now like I couldn't be happier, and I recommend them. We can totally turn that around. So this is like a 2-for-1. This is a great process to build for your small business, because it is absolutely going to generate revenue, and it will, and even indirectly. I mean, it may be you are special offering. Now you know who your happy customers are. You can also special offer them in this series, or after you have asked for the review, you can special offer them or upsell them to another product or service. Like, hey, we saw you purchase this. Other people also purchased this. And it's a really great way to increase revenue or lifetime value, or customer lifetime value, CLV. But right here, just getting those reviews is going to increase your conversion for your new leads that are checking you out. So that's your happy customers helping you close more deals on that front end. And so those are the 3. Literally, those are the 3 that I recommend. Is the new lead nurture, or the lead capture, or lead magnet, and then the new lead nurture, and then happy customer follow-up, and asking for referrals. And that stuff is literally, let me see if I can find the blueprints. Like, it's literally in here. So under the create fans, you can do both of these. Here we go. Customer survey and testimonial request. You can run both of these plays and download both of them into your campaign builder. And so we have these available for you, literally for all of the plays that we have built. And so those are there. The Convert Clients has one for personalized check-in. And also, I know there's a new lead nurture in here, sales offer broadcast. Maybe the new lead nurture is under, I went too far back. Maybe that new lead nurture is under collect leads. Lead magnet download, there's one. Schedule the free consult, lead intake form, and then schedule appointment online. Yeah, there's a few different ones here, but I know that lead nurture one is in there. I'm just not sure where it is. Darn it. Okay, cool. But there we go. The play blueprints. All right. I know that this campaign builder doesn't exist in Lite, but it does in all of the other ones. So Keap Pro, Keap Max, and Max Classic have that advanced automation builder. There are some of these things that you can do with the easy automation builder. And I haven't spent a lot of time jumping in there for this one because a lot of these were kind of advanced, but there are easy automations, like the free consultation you can set up, or invoice reminders, landing page leads. These are easy automations that you can set up, new lead follow-up, like some really great stuff that is pre-built here and ready for you to go as far as these easy automations. So there are some things here that are specific to the Keap Lite, because it only has the easy automation builder, but all the other ones, Keap Pro, Keap Max, Max Classic, they all have that advanced automation builder. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. And I have a little bit of something for everybody. If you are just checking us out, we want you to try it for free. Here's my lead magnet. Whoa, what the heck happened there? There we go. Here's my lead magnet. Try us for free, 14-day free trial. So if you haven't done it already, give it a try. There's just some really cool stuff in there that is going to make your business grow, and it's going to make it easier to run. So give it a try and do the 14-day free trial. No credit card required. I love that part. And then there are absolutely some price incentives, especially as we get closer to Black Friday. I know there's a pricing incentive with there's like a big discount, but also the first month off. So keep an eye on that. That's going to change here really quick because this stuff ends on the 19th, and then they're going to upgrade it for Black Friday. So that's good pricing. Now, also for my current customers, we have, where is it? Boom, this one right here, office hours. This is where you can get help with just stuff. Your customer success manager is running office hours, so you can fill this out, and they will invite you. It will essentially sort you out, and your customer success manager will be notified, and they'll reach out to you and they'll send you an invite, and you can show up for office hours. And it's a place to get help with stuff, to group source ideas, to it's like small groups, and your customer success manager is helping their customers in these small groups. So it's like some hands-on help with whatever you're working on. Is there anyone in the team that can help me set up my account, as I am not very good at techno? Now, Mandy, you should be getting a kickstart, and that should help. But otherwise, I'm sure there are partners in here. And if there's a partner that can help Mandy out, jump in and let her know. Otherwise, Mandy, I will reach out to you and send you a list of our partners that can help. I'm a KCP, just popping in. Yep, Keap certified partner. There you go. Rick is a certified partner. Rick, meet Mandy and tell her, give her your information so you can help her out, getting started. Perfect. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. And then, office hours. Did I give that link? Okay, cool. Here's the link. I want you to go to this page. There it is. Boom. Show up there. Put in your full name and your application ID. Now, your app ID is going to be right here. So if you click on this, your app ID is going to be right there. See, it's like GX624. That's my app ID. So that would be your app ID will be that. And it might be 2 letters and 3 numbers, or 3 letters and so on. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope I was able to bring you some value, and keep an eye open for that follow up with the replay so you can get access to the stuff. And hey, go over to the, go over to the blueprints and check those out. And that again is, that is the help.keap.com. And I will hit that up down there. Boom, blueprints. And then you can just download these, find the one that you want and download it for free into your application, into your campaign builder. And there's just a great, there's a great how-to that goes along with every one of them. post consultation, follow up. There's a video and then a snapshot and then all of the stuff you need to actually build it yourself. Good stuff. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you for the next webinar. And hey, have a great, actually, I don't think we have another one before Thanksgiving. So have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on the other side of that. Thanks.